Hi, good evening. I've had a fantastic day painting. In fact, a couple of intense, wonderful, fantastic days on these little paintings, and dipping in and out of the big one behind me, and just extraordinary. So, what I want to do is show you those. And the intensity of playing around with smaller things is that you can bounce things off each other, and bouncing them off what I've learned from the big ones into the small ones, and it's just wonderful playing because I've discovered so many things in the last month. They're all kind of raw and open and possible, and it's like, well, what happens if I did this with it or this with it? And instead of changing the big painting, I change the small painting. I start a small painting and off I go and take it somewhere else. So the idea of the submerged lake, remember in past weeks, there's the idea of submerged thought and the way we bury things, and it seems to be lost, but it's not. It affects us, our unconscious. Well, that idea of through the place that I went to in Crotty, that was a failed mining town that was then submerged under a lake. Well, it is submerged, still there. And the remains are on the island, which is what happened to me on my first week. I met that. That has stayed with me as an idea. Even though I did the big painting, I kind of thought, yes, but it came out as that, but I could have done it this or this, and it's like, well, suddenly the big painting is spawning little children. So there's more. I mean, I could. I've got 3 weeks left, and I could. Yeah, it's late. It's very late. So I'm painting into the light most nights, and I'm making some interesting paintings, I think. My visitors, I'm getting a lot of visitors. I've had politicians. I've had a member of the House of Lords in Tasmania stroke Australia. I've had another politician. I've had 8 trainee doctors, which I gave had lunch with and gave talks with, and I've had a lot of people doing PhDs coming, and so instead of me going to Hobart doing the teaching, they're coming here, which is great, and then we can talk about things that I'm finding and things that they're doing, and it's good. So it's really good. So quite busy. The locals are popping in. It's fantastic. Really, really lovely. The local school teacher, hi. Thank you for coming and supporting me, and it's been great talking about thought and the way that thought can be separate from us, in the sense that we can find thoughts. It's a wonderful idea that Beyond postulated. So thoughts looking for a thinker, or a thinker looking for thoughts. And that's really what I feel my time in here in Queenstown is about. It's about listening and sensing and catching thoughts. And it's fantastic. So I'm at the end of a very, very long day, and a few days, but and more ahead. But I've been offered an opportunity to show some paintings in a boardroom for their National Trust are coming and having a meeting. So I've kind of made some paintings for that space, because I visited that space in the first week, when the day I went up into the mine, and so I know the space. It's where the great person who really got this place going. It was his office, so it's surrounded by books. I'll film it so you can see it. But it's a really interesting place. It was the heart of the mine, and it's a really interesting place. And they got a weird couple of models there, and some things. So yeah, it's good. So so putting stuff there where they're going to have a meeting is a rare opportunity, a little exhibition, but an opportunity to bring some of these ideas, thoughts that I've caught here to other people. So enjoy the work, and it's all in progress, and it will be reworked probably, but have a look. Oh. So this is the state at the moment of the big painting, and you'll probably notice they've got some A, B, C, D, etc. So some kind of letters on it. Now the point of this is the way that in the mornings when I go for these walks with Raymond or Helena or both, we're always asking questions. Basically, you must understand, I'm here for 2 months and I'm with 2 artists, and we're all the time talking and chatting through pigments, paint, printmaking, art history. Fantastic. It is extraordinary dynamic between 3 people where, you know, we're having coffee, we're meeting for coffee, we're talking, we're trying to understand, because we're all we're all getting on, but we've been artists all our lives, and we're constantly searching. So what we've got here is a landscape, and it's a certain landscape, so therefore it's in that contained box. It's a certain landscape that's saying questions. It's a landscape that's saying, I've got questions of you, and we as lookers are going, look at that, look at this, and look at that. And in a way, that's what I'm trying to contain in a painting, the idea that a landscape is a place of discourse. The landscape is discourse, I think it's probably its title, full of postulations and possibilities and ideas. So what I've done a little version of it here, that to change it in another direction and giving the clouds another colour. So that's as far as I got with that. Anyway, that's coming along. Then this painting here, the big painting, Full Moon over Pengana, that's just about done, but I'm now doing a little painting here with a much more luminous kind of yellow cloud. So that's just getting going. And then, just getting going there. And then these are, this is for the boardroom. So this is a kind of dynamic from the larger painting, Submerged Thought, and this is the collective unconscious. Now, dear Celia, my dealer gallery, sent me a lovely email and said, Rich, I think it'd be really good if you did some small paintings, because I think it would help the big paintings. And they have. So thank you, Celia. It's been fantastic. So look, here we are. This is a variation on these. Remember the drawing? And there's a kind of painted drawing. And then this is the big painting. So this is the big painting. There you go. And that idea of submerged thought. So what I'm trying to do here is play with the idea of, that kind of, that idea of the collective unconscious, not only in here in Queenstown, but like a little street in suburbia. We've all got stuff. Now I've shown it so it's got easy access, but it's the idea of there's stuff. There's always stuff, isn't there? And then I've played with the idea also of the submerged town by placing this. I call it the boardroom, So it's going to be in the boardroom, and the boardroom. It was in a boardroom that a boardroom somewhere decided, let's flood that town. Um, let's get rid of that village. Let's because for hydro and fantastic things, we've had it in England. But then there's all the history of those villages and generations and their houses and things. It's been buried. It's been flooded over, and so it's like stuff, if we don't deal with. Oof, there we go. And this is at the start of something here, and I've got some other grounds too. So there you go. That's the state of play. Very exciting, exciting studio, and I'll do a film to add on to this of the boardroom of how we put them up. So there we go.